Hi there. I hope you had a good weekend. Welcome to week 3. It is the last day of August. Hard to believe we're already getting into September. This week we are going to explore sources of prejudice and discrimination for the disability community, and we're going to cover one of the most key concepts that we will explore during this class, and that is looking at the models of disability. So specifically, we're going to look at the medical model of disability, and then what is a reaction against the medical model, our social models of disability. And so we're going to explore those, and then we'll continue to revisit them. And so I've front loaded the models of disability this week because next week we'll start to get into history of disability. We're going to look at institutionalization and the eugenics movement, and then later we'll get into the disability rights movement. But I think having a deep dive this week into the models of disability will help give you some, I think, an important point of view as we're exploring the different elements of history, and will give you a deeper understanding of why the field of disability studies is deeply entrenched in social models of disability, or seeing disability as a social construct, and then very much against medical models or the historical model of disability. In medical models, we put the onus on an individual. And you remember from Simi's sort of hand and fist analogy, where the medical model would be the focus or the onus on a person, right? To change, to fit in, to sort of keep up with society. As where in social models of disability, we shift that responsibility from the individual to society, where we focus on advocating, changing, and having more access in education and policy and transportation and law and all of the different elements that make up our society. So I'm looking forward to hearing your reflections as you go through this Module 3. I also wanted to say that you're doing a really nice job with your weekly reflections. So I know that this is something a little bit different, and I am thankful that you are going on this, I guess, journey with me this semester, as I'm really sort of rethinking education, and this is an opportunity to do it, right? As things are so, challenging in higher education. And I'm hoping that you can detox a bit, right, from sort of traditional ways that we have engaged in education, and that it's really largely been focused on the grades that you earn. And for those of you who are traditional college age, since you started kindergarten, you've grown up with the No Child Left Behind, and now the ESSA, Every Child Succeeds Act, where you've had standardized tests, achievement tests, since you were in third grade. And your education has been really largely focused on achieving in test scores and getting these, specific grades. But to me, the goal of education is not to earn a good grade. That can be an aim of education, right, or an outcome that you hope for. But the goal of education is truly to learn. And so, me removing the quizzes for your weekly modules, where I'm telling you what I think you should learn, and giving you a more open-ended opportunity to show me what you've learned, I'm finding it a valuable experience so far, and I'm really hoping that you are too. It doesn't have the same structure, though, as maybe some of your other courses. And so if you're feeling uncomfortable in any way or want more feedback, please just be sure to let me know. And I'm happy to help support you in any way. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the rest of your weekly engagements, and I'm enjoying them so far. So some of you have turned in infographics or really interesting videos where you're sharing an overview. I would say about 80% of you are doing 3-2-1s for your weekly reflections. So keep up the good work. And again, I've said this, but what I really want to see when I look at those is an overview that you've reviewed all of the content. Since we're not doing face-to-face, lectures, that's your opportunity to get into that content and to learn it at your own pace. And then I want to see that you engaged in some thought and some deep reflection about the content and how it applies to you in your life and your future career. Please check in with any questions. Would love to see students for office hours again this week. Thanks to the students who popped in. Last week, you don't have to have a specific question or a concern. If you just want to say hi and introduce yourself, I would love that just as well. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Take care.